Hey, hello, welcome to story time.
Sorry, we're doing our daily TikTok.
Stop, hands on the wheel for big that time. Quite a few people from last week are saying that you're driving great, and someone said,
thank you so much.
Hands on the wheel. Someone's like, it's super normal to just have one hand on the wheel. I don't know anyone that has two hands on the wheel at all times. He said it's a very American thing, is to just drive. I think the comment said to drive calmly and chill or something like that.
Well, yes,
he said, I don't know how they do it in England.
First off, safety first.
Oh, that went all the way down my sleeve.
Did it actually?
Yes.
Hey, quick question to everyone out there that's watching this. Do you have this problem where your cup holder comes out with your drink? Because I do.
Let us know in the comments. Woo, look at my hair. I should really stop looking in the mirror before we leave the house. Today we're on an errand.
We're almost there, right?
Oh,
we're like 2 minutes away.
Oh, well, we can try and make this quick.
And that is how...
Well, this story time is how it was when I met Stanley and worked with Stanley. Hey, we're off again. Do you want to say what we just did, or?
Oh yeah, we just got a nice bottle of champagne for my parents' anniversary.
I don't know if you could tell through the ice cube, but we got a nice bottle of champagne for Zach's parents' anniversary. Woo, my hair is on fire!
Here we go.
Meeting and working with Stanley.
Woohoo!
I just had to pause it to go and see who specifically asked, and Roosh and Alyssa were two of the people that I really noticed that asked about any Stanley stories. So here we go, story time of how I met and worked with Stanley and what it was like.
Oh my gosh, do we need to double up on safety first since we got out of the car and we're back in?
Yes. Although we have already spritzed and sprayed and...
Yes, we have, but...
For the purposes of the tape. Safety first!
Yeah, hashtag...
Hands on the wheel. So, I wrote this on my hand, which all the sanitizer is swifted away, but it was episode 113, because I feel like I never remember anything on these story times.
Is that when you met him?
I thought, that's when
That's
he
when
was
you worked
in.
with him.
That was when we worked with him.
Are you sure you didn't meet him before that?
Well, here's the thing. I can't exactly remember.
Because when...
There were premieres.
Yeah, I think you met him at the premiere. Was it Thor? No, it was Captain America. No, what was the first premiere that we did? Was it Avengers? What was the first premiere that we went to?
Because
Season
Avengers had
1.
already been out, I think. We went to see Avengers 2.
No, it wasn't 2, was it? Yes. Which one did Joss do? This is terrible.
Well, he did 1.
He did 1, so that's the one.
And
That's the one
2,
I went to
didn't
go
he? Oh no, I don't know. Met him at, no, it was Thor. It was Thor that we met him for sure. And then we met him at Comic-Con since he was on S.H.I.E.L.D. He was just such an amazing man. So he was in, he did a cameo in 113, and it felt like by the time of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. called Treks, and it was, all of it was shot, most of that episode was shot on a train, on an actual moving train. I want to say Gary Brown directed it. And by the time we got to 113 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it felt like we were really chugging along. Pun of a train pun, unintended. Made a pun. Brett would love that. So it felt like the show, you know, the big reveal had happened with Ward, and we were kind of on our way. We'd done enough episodes that people were, you know, we'd kind of proven ourselves a bit. I felt as an actor like I was getting a bit more comfortable there, and it felt like, you know, a lot of the arcs that the writers had built in were kind of coming to fruition a little bit. Fruition, great word. So by the time Stanley came on, it felt like we were this well-oiled machine, and we were all so excited and proud to be on the show. And Stanley came in, and all the whispers were going around that, oh my gosh, Stanley's going to be in this episode, he's going to come in soon, is he going to do it, is he going to arrive, and like, is it all going to work out, how's it going to go, because he is such a busy man.
And he's
such a busy
Stan
road.
Lee.
I mean, Stan freaking Lee. I mean, so we get the script, and it turns out that I am in the scene.
They give you all of, the scenes with like the big names.
Big boys.
Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Stan Lee.
I know.
Tad,
Agent Tad. At some point we'll have to do a story time about, boy, you chose a very bumpy road.
I didn't realize it when I turned on
Grateful for you chauffeuring me around.
I thought that it was I thought it was a shortcut.
It is a shortcut, I think.
We know why.
Yeah, because it's super bumpy. So...
Full focus. Stan Lee. Tracks. The train.
Yeah, tracks. Yeah, so when I read the scene, first of all, it was such a fun scene because Coulson and Simmons...
She had glasses on.
I did have glasses on. I should have brought my Billy light glasses.
Should have.
I had glasses on, and we were undercover, Coulson and I, and it was just so fun for Simmons to be undercover, but then also for it to be with Agent Coulson was just really fun for Elizabeth. So we were sitting in this train, and I had ashes that were my mum's ashes. And the storyline went that Coulson was my dad, which I don't know how much Clark loved that. And we were only because he looks like he would be my older brother, you know.
Well, yeah, he could have just been a really young parent. I think
a teenage dad.
Yeah, teenage dad.
So we were sitting opposite each other on the train, and we had to make it so that one of the baddies stepped in, or no, I think it was his fingerprint. That basically the baddies were coming towards us, and I had to stand up with the ashes and accidentally spill it on the floor, and then this guy would help to clear it up, and we get his fingerprints on these ashes.
Quite clever.
Super clever. And I think my glasses were just a disguise. I don't think they did anything else exciting. So we had to have this argument, me and Clark, and it was just a really fun Simmons scene. It just felt so cool to do. And then Stan Lee was going to be in that scene. So as Elizabeth, I am going absolutely crazy out of my mind. Obviously had to try and keep it together. So when you work on a train, it was a train on the outside of LA that where is it, Fillmore or somewhere.
I think
it's a train
right.
track.
Yeah. I didn't go out there because no one was ever allowed on the Shield set for at least the first 7 seasons.
Well, and that would not have been a glamorous set to go and visit because you just wouldn't have seen me all day.
And I heard that it smelled like poo. Is this the same train?
Oh my gosh, that was the train that stank. It stank of feces.
Yeah, or in America, as we would say, poop.
Poop. It stank of poop because something was going on with the toilet and it got blocked, or it was leaking or something. And I think it was just kept dripping on the tracks, so we could smell it. Tracks. But when you film on a train, or at least this train, it's just one long track. So you go all the way to the end of this track, and then you go all the way back again. But you can't get off until you come all the way back again. Yeah. So you're stuck on this train. I think that there and back is a couple of hours. No, it must be an hour. Half an hour.
Oh, because it's so slow.
It's a long track. It's super, super long track. Maybe it's not an hour. I mean, that's like...
They must have just been going super... Yes.
Must not have been an hour. But basically, you can't get off this train for a long time once you get on it. So, we were all thinking, well, clearly for Stan Lee's... So then... That happens in the scene. Simmons spills her mum's ashes and gets into an argument with Coulson undercover to get these fingerprints of the bad guy. And then after that all happens, as I'm clearing it up, and I say to a part of the argument with Coulson is I was saying, you know, you never cared about my mum with your business trips and your prostitutes.
Yeah,
and then that's when I banged into it.
And then
prostitutes. And then all this stuff comes out. And then Stan Lee comes over and says, something like, you have to do better, son, to Coulson or something. It was just such a cool moment. Oh, sorry for your loss or something. And he has these two beautiful women on either side of him.
Did he have sunglasses on?
They had glasses on.
Anyways.
So he... Yeah, so we thought reading it that... Oh, well, we must be doing this on stages because the train that we've used before and used since, that everybody that has to shoot on a train in LA goes and uses this train outside LA at Fillmore. we thought they must be building a set on stage because it's super rickety, this train. It's really hard to walk down, and you know, it's all the way out in the middle of nowhere, and it smells like poop. There's just Stan Lee is, you know, let's not do this to Stan Lee. Anyway,
wrong.
Up rolls Stan Lee. We must have started at 7 a.m. on the nose. We were getting onto this train, and it's like an hour outside of LA, so it's always, you know, that's an early start for anybody, and
particularly.
Yeah, and even just getting on the train, it's all gravelly and stony, and then you have to go to these rickety steps, and then when you're on it, then you just can't get off for ages. And in his scene, he had to walk over with these two women on either side of him. Anyway, on he walks, and everybody wants it. Every crew member, everybody ever is just dying to talk to him. Everybody wants to say thank you. You've just changed my life. I read your stories when I was a child, and you know, he's just the biggest hero for so many people, and he's such a nice guy, and he said hello to absolutely everybody. I mean, him walking onto this train was like the king walking through the courtyard.
The courtyard.
Next to the court.
Everyone stand.
Everyone stands Stan, and he was so lovely to everybody, and saying hi and thank you so much. And that was before he even got to the train. Then he got on the train, and he was so funny. His wit was insane. He did it right every single take, never forgot his lines, added little ad-libs. He was like, I think my character would have like women with me, and it was just so, and you know, we said, should we stop the train, because it was hard to walk on the train when it was moving, and he was like, no, absolutely not, that, you know, I'm fine. And he was just,
he was like, get over it.
It was so fun, and he stayed there for the whole time.
It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And then we had pictures after, and we all got to say, you know, thank you so much, you're absolutely amazing. And then when we would meet him after that, we met him at Comic-Cons and stuff. He would be at all the Comic-Cons, all the premieres, loving it, loving the cameras. He'd always do that Spider-Man thing. And he was just the best. What a wonderful man. And the thing I couldn't get over was how he's clearly extremely funny. I mean, he birthed Marvel with, and it's just got that wit to it and that comedy. So you'd think meeting Mr. Stan Lee, he would be super funny. But I don't know, I just didn't really think about how funny he would be. Just so witty and really, really kind. And after the takes, he'd go, that was really good. Hey, lady, that was great. Are you kidding me? I'm talking about prostitutes in front of Stan Lee.
Elizabeth.
I know, Elizabeth. Little old me, eh? So I don't know, have I really told you much inside info? He was absolutely amazing. He was super funny, wit smart, and just the best, and really supportive of the show, and excited, and just loved it. He loves story and superheroes, and his whole, you know, he said so many times about it's the little people that are the superheroes, and he wants to tell those stories. And he, you know, we were talking about superheroes being flawed, and he was so passionate about it, and so passionate about story and superheroes, and was so funny and witty. So that was what it was like working with him. It was just the best day ever. And I got to be undercover. And
have a scene with him.
Like him.
You're in one of those little vignettes.
Coulson.
That's so cool. Yeah, and
we had so many pictures that day, and everybody wanted a picture with him on this train as it was moving, and he had a picture with everybody. He was so nice to all the background artists, because he was you know, he was in the background of the scene before coming into the scene, so he spent most of his day chatting away to background artists.
Amazing.
Which is amazing, because sometimes background artists get treated like not very well.
Yeah.
And which is wrong, obviously, but he took so much time with everybody that wanted to share how important he was to them, and just said hi to everybody and took pictures with everybody, and was just so nice and so lovely to be there. And you know, we'd be saying, sorry this is taking so long, like, oh my gosh, and he has the best accent and voice, and he was just so lovely. What a loss, but what an amazing legacy.
Life. Yeah, amazing life lived.
The stories and the morals that he's left as his legacy is so profound.
Yeah.
And I feel so lucky that I got
You get to work with him. Not just me.
Share the screen with him.
Yeah, very cool.
And then see him on red carpets, and he'd just, you know, wrap you in a big hug and then do his Spider-Man pose, and then he'd be off to his other adoring fans. Just amazing, what a man. Hey, thanks for your questions and suggestions. Keep them coming in. Hey, hands on the wheel, safety first. And we get quite a few questions asking if we are going anywhere, and here we are. We're on our second errand. At the grocery store.
Yep.
AKA the supermarket. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you next time.